Hello everyone, welcome to Market Recap with Charting Wizards. Let's analyze Nifty from monthly time frame. Since the first monthly candle of 2026 closed yesterday, so let's start with monthly. So in monthly time frame, we can see that prices didn't break above the previous high and closed below the last 2 months candles range. So this is kind of a bearish signal right now, and also one thing right now which is happening is a possibility of double top in making. Suppose prices tend to go up from here, do a pullback, and then without making a new high, they tend to drop. This could give way to a double top formation in the monthly time frame. So this just keep in mind when you make investment decisions. So price has to go up from here. If it is not going up or dropping, you have to pull out the investments. So this is just a suggestion, and don't rush into panic buying right now. And the next index, next weekly time frame. In coming to weekly, we have a bullish harami at 50 EMA. For the prices to break upside and close could give a long side. We have to close about 25,660 for any up move and confirmation of uptrend. So the trend has to change in the weekly for the prices to move in the weekly. So this has to happen for the up move. And we have coming to daily. So we have we have been in a pretty much sideways days for the last 3 days. This is forming a base-like pattern in the 200 EMA. So it is important for the prices to close about 25,460. And for for uh, for longs, we can fix targets of 25,660 and 25,900 for budget day. So we can see higher volatility for budget day. Price tends to move both on the both sides, whether it's long or short. You can plan based on the structure here. So I have to plan. If I have to go long, I'll take 25,460 as my level to go long, or if I have to go short, I'll take a 25 160 as my level to go short. So with targets of 24,920 and 24,750. So this is the plan for budget day for Nifty. And budget day is usually combined with higher volatility. One thing you should plan is even if you don't make money, you just watch it, write down what you understand, take up the option charts, take up the Nifty, Bank Nifty charts, and write down what you see based on your setup, and then you can plan for the next year to trade. It's not compulsory to trade and make money only on the budget day. So one more thing is when the VIX is at 13.63, once the VIX crashes, there could be a drop in premiums also. So just keep in mind, even if the prices tend to move on the next day, your option premium will not rise. So keep this in mind. Well, when you plan to enter the markets tomorrow, close the positions by tomorrow itself. That would be better. And coming to Bank Nifty, in monthly time frame, we are seeing dojis at top. This is a sign of indecisiveness at the top formation. So any long could come only when the candles close above 60,120 based on the weekly time frame. So this is an important candle. We are at a pretty much sideways zone. So we have to break and sustain above 60,120 and 60,050 for targets of 61,200. So this is my target for the Nifty, Bank Nifty on the upside. On the lower side, based on the daily chart, I have planned if I have to go short, I'll go short if this candle, a strong candle in the daily time frame, this has to be taken out. 59,340 and then 59,250, which needs to be broken on the downside for going short with targets of 58,750 and 58,120. So this is my plan for Bank Nifty and Nifty. So I am very clear about where I have to go long, where I have to go short. So this is the clear clear cut plan for budget. And coming to other indices, I have checked other indices too. Nifty Financial Index in the weekly time frame, same like Bank Nifty. We have to break above this level 27,580 to go long. Since the expiry of weekly expiries came to an end last year. We don't see much volatility in Nifty, so just keep and watch. If you want to take futures or monthly contracts, it would be better. And just sharing a overall perspective. And monthly time frame is not in a good position. We are in a strong uptrend. Prices are it's sideways and doji formations in the monthly time frame. We have to see how prices are about to move from next month onwards. And coming to Nifty Mid Cap Select. So this is something interesting which I am seeing. It has a inverted head and shoulders, which I have marked here. This has inverted head and shoulders with a deeper pullback at 50 EMA. So prices have to break above 13,700, 13,500 and 700 for any up move. So if you are planning to invest in ETF, this could be the better index. Then moving on to Nifty 500 index. Nifty 500, same like Nifty I mentioned, we have a double top structure could be in making. So just keep in mind, if the support of 22,400 breaks and closes and slow and steady decline comes, it is better to book and not invest new money into the markets, because we have a pretty much good run. So it's been 4 years since the COVID crash. We have from 6,900, we are in a very strong uptrend with a small decent pullbacks. So new money, huge investment, right now it's not a very good idea as per my opinion, based on the chart right here. If the market is breaking upside, then you can add money slow and steady. Once the position comes into profit, add gradually you can add money, but lump sum amount is not a good thing to do right now. Then we have mid cap 100 index. So mid cap 100 index is also not in a good position right now. So you can see the weekly structure clearly is not making a higher high in the weekly time frame. So just keep a close watch about what is happening, whether you are in mutual funds or ETFs. Just keep a watch for the weekly support, whether it is holding or just place a trigger. The brokers offer you multiple options to place trigger, so keep a watch and uh, plan your investments carefully from here. Then we have PSU banks, one of the strong sectors in the Nifty indices. So this is in a very strong up move. So if the market tends to move, then you can keep a close watch on this index for buying. And the stock from this list will be SBIN. So SBIN is a very strong stock from this sector. So we have a very strong closure in the weekly time frame. So if you get a pullback in the hourly to 20 on EMA, then you can look for entries, as this is especially for option traders with the targets of 100. This is a very strong stock, or 4-hour pullback could also be a better entry. So keep a close watch on this stock. And then we have private banks. Coming to private banks right now, this is good, but we need to close above, again, we need to close above last 2 weeks range for any up move. And stock from this sector is Axis Bank. Axis Bank gave a very good closing in the weekly time frame post the earnings. So this is a breakout from the structure. So this is a very good option to for swing to investment position. So if you are looking to enter any stocks, this could be better, but enter with a strict stop losses and do not let your risk management go into toss. So just keep a watch and keep a close on your on all of your investments. This would be my suggestions. And after private banks, coming to metal. So metal index saw a selling of 5.2% because of the global markets, and we saw selling pressure being reflected in the in our markets too. So we have a bearish pivot, and we closed below this range. This could be a pullback, possibly a pullback, or go up again. So we have to see a 4-hour bullish pivot, and then the market starts to move up. Then you can add the metal index for buying. Right now, I don't see any good stocks for buying for swing or option trading in the metal index. And coming to IT. So IT is good, but pretty much sideways. The first level of resistance it has to break is 38,820. And weekly time frame, we have a very good structure here. It's possibly a double bottom in baking, but for any double bottom to break out and confirm, we have to close above this range, which is very much important, 39,600. So once we close above this range, we can say that the markets could tend to move up and we can start to invest in ETFs or anything. So with weekly targets, we can move to 46,200 or higher. So we have to just wait and watch. This zone has been pretty much a good support. Again, this is a kind of a pivot and we have a resistance here. So just keep a close watch if you're investing in ETFs. So basic chart reading is important when you are investing into stocks. So you should have some knowledge and to understand if price is reacting to pull out your investments. And coming to auto index has come to previous support level after 3 weeks of selling from the top. Right now, it has formed a doji. Then any up move can come in. So this is a support it is holding. So it should start to go up and close above this range one, but and take up every hourly support. It has to close above every daily high for up move to continue. If not, if this support is broken, then we could see this gap filling and then more down move. And the stock from this index, which I'm interested in, is Bajaj Auto on the daily time frame. So on the daily time frame, I have marked this chart. So this was kind of a consolidation and breakout retest happened. Retest to 50 EMA, a slight deeper pullback. So resistant prices holding above the resistance zone, and the earnings came in on Friday. So I just want the stock to hold above this level. Once we start to hold above 9,600 and slowly break the high, then this could be a good trade for option traders with targets of 9,900 and 10,060. So this is an important stock which I'm keeping in watch for buying. So coming to next sector, we have pharma. Pharma weekly, it tried to break up multiple times. So until and unless price closes in the weekly time frame, if it is closure, price has to close, not daily. If weekly time frame, weekly candle has to close. If not, I'm not into the sector or stock. So price tried to break up. I did post on the map channel, and when the price broke down, I did update that the price is not holding, we have to exit. So this is kind of a manipulation, failed breakout, where prices tend to give a breakout on the daily time frame but does not hold and then drop. So from all the way from 23,300 and 400 levels, it has dropped all the way to 21,300 levels, almost to 1,000 points drop. And right now we are at support. This support, which has been tested multiple times, we are at this level again. This once a support level is tested multiple times, it could get weaker. So we have to see if this breaks down, then you can keep the stocks list from the pharma index for shorting. So coming to next index, FMCG. FMCG is at a good point, and we are at 200 EMA in the weekly time frame. After the COVID, we have come to test 200 EMA. It's been like nearly 6 years. If you want to invest in ETF, then FMCG investment will be better right now based on the moving average. And don't make huge investment right away. Just start investing with small amounts. One starts to price break above previous weekly highs and close, and then the trend changes to daily, then you can add more positions. So last time the rally started from 27,150 to 67,730. So almost 40 points given in the last 4 years. So again, if the rally starts, you can start to invest. And when the market falls, defensive sector is one sector where the percentage of fall will be lesser compared to other indices because the market tends to move towards defensive stocks. And pharma is also a defensive sector, but due to Trump's tariff, the situation is not good enough to invest in pharma. And we have realty. Realty is also at support 200 EMA. Last time we rose from this support, and this was the resistance. So how you can see how price beautifully reacts to resistance and rises from here. From the 370, it went all the way to 1150 levels, and right now we are at 783. So we can see and wait how price reacts here. Realty is good, and the sector, the stock from this sector is LT. LT is a good stock right now, 50 EMA. The resistance from here is acting as support right now. We have a bounce. Um, the earnings also came in. So once this high breaks up and then the stock starts to move, you can look for buying opportunities. Just remember, we have a resistance here, so price has to close. There is no in between. Price has to close, sustain, and then move up for any up move. Then we can fix targets of 4,200. This is both for options and cash players. And coming to Nifty India Defense, very strong closing on the weekly time frame from the 50 EMA. So price has to close this previous daily highs, break the previous highs, that is 8,350. So just keep a close watch on this. Then we have stocks from this sector or HAL. I like the weekly candle closure here, so I'm just going to closely watch this stock for buying if it breaks above 4,670. And we have Bell just made a new high, lifetime high. So just any pullback or any sideways candle, if it gives an entry, then I'll look for entries in it. Then Bell is a good option from the defense sector. Then we have energy sector. In the energy, pretty much sideways for the last 7 to 8 months. The reason being we have from the top 1 to 0 marked here. So if you don't know how to mark fib, 1 to 0 on a downtrend to check where the retracement has come in. So this is 50% retracement from the high to low, and we bounce from the support here. So price has to break above this level for continuation of uptrend. If the price breaks down, then it could fall and break 29,000 and be in a bearish trend. So this is very much important on the weekly front. So just keep an eye whether price breaks this level or not. And the stocks from this sector is NTPC, which I have shared earlier. So NTPC is one stock which I'm closely watching. One strong candle and then 3 sideways inside candle and then breakout upside. So just keep a close watch on this stock. So if this move starts from above 360, then it is a good buy. I have already mentioned in the channel. The targets will be 371 first target. Then if the stock is strong enough to go up, then it could break the resistance and continue towards its new lifetime highs. So that's from energy. Then we have public sector enterprises. So this is also in a pretty much sideways trend, just like energy. So very strong closing on the weekly time frame. We have to break 10,300 and close for up move. And this is a very strong humongous rally, so we have to break above this level and close for up more. The targets could go to 10,800 and 11,800 and towards new highs. So let's see what the budget has in store for public sector enterprises. And coming to consumer durables, right now the stocks are not in a good position except for Titan. Titan is in a retest of weekly breakout here. So Titan is retesting weekly breakout. So if you are looking for any trades, just keep a watch on Titan. Once the candle breaks above 4,030 and 40 levels, you can start to look for longs here. Titan is one stock which I will be watching for coming weeks. Then we have So when I analyze stock with sector. So sector analysis will give me better opportunities. That's how I plan my trades. And relative strength. The stock has to be very strong compared to other stocks from the same sector. That is also important for me. So this is how I plan for the weekly trade analysis for the next week, for months, and even for cash also I do the same. And media is not in a uptrend; it is in a bearish trend. So avoid this index. And coming to oil and gas, from the oil and gas, we are at 50 EMA sideways. So once this high breaks on the upside, I'll try to look for longs in the BPCL. So BPCL is one stock which I mentioned in the earlier video also. So we are at pretty much sideways trend here. And as you can see, the weekly trend is strong and bullish. So previous resistance could act as support. So I want to see a breakout of 368 for any longs here. So this is one stock which I'm closely watching to go long. And we have ONGC, which has already given a move. So once there is a pullback on 4 hour time frame, then I'll look for longs here. But right now, first stock will be BPCL, which is yet to give a breakout. And IOC is also good. So just keep a watch on the high to break on the upside. So then we can plan for the longs. Then we have Nifty infrastructure, same like the reality. So just keep a watch how the stock moves in the weekly time frame. It will be good. Then we have small caps. Small caps compared to other sectors is not in a really good position right now. So as you can see, after a dark cloud cover, 5 months of consolidation, we have closed downside. So this is not in a uptrend. We have to see whether the support holds in daily. This gap right now, I said that next targets will be 15,760, but the gap is acting as a support right now. We fill this gap and the prices has given a slight up move. So we have to see whether the index moves up or not, because small caps is where the money is made. 20% circuits, 10% circuits. This doesn't happen in large caps. Mid caps very rare scenario, but small caps is where you get explosive moves, you get large fat tail moves and make money. So just keep a watch about how the small cap index is moving. And if you are investing in small cap stocks, just closely watch how the index is moving and do not get into huge position size, because there could be a sudden drop if the index doesn't hold. And yes, we have to close above 30,000, 17,500, and this high to confirm the upside move. So until then, we cannot say that we are in an uptrend. So we have a bearish close also. Just keep a close watch. If you're investing in small cap ETF, time to be cautious, because the same structure of double top is in formation in small cap index. So remember, this was the correction 2018 to 2020. The price corrected all the way by, sorry, 66%. So if the double top comes to play by breaking this level, so you have to be careful and not invest your money into small cap ETFs, because the correction could be deeper. So whatever happens, you just plan for the market and see what is happening. First, if the support level breaks out, book the losses, book the ETFs, and then you can rotate the money or just wait for the right opportunity to come back into markets again. So this is all for index. The how you can with this you can plan for the next few months and next year for 2026. Right now, the market is not giving me lot of setups to buy, and for cash, I recommended graphite, which has closed in negative. So right now it is at breakout level and it is not holding. Let's see whether it holds or not. So we have to wait and see. And I don't see any other stock which is very strong here. So just keep a close watch and see how things are moving. And Bajaj Consumer is one stock I shared that after a trend line breakout, it is holding very strongly, and the volumes are very much pretty much good. So you can see there is a very strong volume on earnings, and the next week there is a continuation of volume, and the prices are up. So you can see the stock is stronger here, relative strength is stronger. The market is weak, but the stock is performing strongly. So you can keep this stock and watch and buy. And let's go to metals and commodities. So coming to metals and commodities, after crude. After testing my target levels, price has formed a doji in the weekly front. Very strong, good candle. So slowly it can head toward this trend line. So next targets could be 70 in coming weeks. So after a 4 hour pullback, I would look for longs in here. So if the price comes again to 63.7, I'll look for longs and I'll update in the channel also. So this is a very good trade. This could be a very good trade in coming days. Let's see whether it gives a pullback or breaks above. So whatever it is, I'll plan for the trade. And the natural gas had a very good trade on Friday. After 2 days of consolidation, it gave a breakout with a 10 percentage move, which was pretty much good. And coming to metals, metals have given a very decent correction. So time and again, I'm saying that this is a parabolic move, not a structure. We don't see this often. Very strong move. When this happens and ends, we can confirm that the metal has come to a halt, and you cannot expect more move from here. So you just have to be careful and wait for the next rally to come. So this is a parabolic move. I'll remove the moving averages. So it prices move in a parabolic move. So this has given a breakdown. So all those holding long positions here in ETFs, options or futures, everyone's stop loss might have got hit here. So you have to wait. 25 to 30 percentage correction. Prices dropping from 121 all the way to 74 is not healthy correction. You have to keep this in mind. So if you check silver futures, the volume the volume is pretty much high. Prices dropping in with huge volume, and this is like 30 percentage correction. So if you see, the first signs of correction started here, a very strong candle. So when the market is about to give a buying climax, this is the kind of candle it could form. So once this candle forms, there is dojis like inverted hammers, signaling the price is getting weaker, but sellers are coming in. There are prices facing supply. You give it reason. So I don't follow news very much. So I just try to keep it away from my trading setup. So when because the reason is looking at news, if I trade, I could create a bias in my mind and trade based on that, not on the actual price action. So I want to repeat it again. This is not the right time to buy silver, and the prices could have formed, I'm saying could have formed a short-term top in the near future. So if you check, so if I'll share with you what happened in 2008 to 2011. The prices went from 8 to 49 here, and look at the way it has dropped. The prices dropped by, just a minute. Yes, the price the prices dropped all the way by 77%. This was a correction from 2011 to 2020, and it took almost 14 years to come back to those levels. So just imagine how price has reacted here. So chart tells you what is happening, how it has happened. Everything is in the charts. If you ask the question to the uh, charts, really, you just talk to the charts. You just see how things have moved in the past. Then you'll get to know yourself. After a strong move, it gives a pullback, not just by 10-15%, by huge margin of 70 to 80%. And this is not the first time. Even in the 1980s, you can see this is something like a breakout here. So this is something like a breakout here. From 5.5, it went all the way to 48 levels. And then look at the drop. It dropped all the way to 3.56. So very much below the breakout level. So this is how it has reacted. When a metal gets, when this metal price get higher, they can find another cheaper alternative that is as much simple as that. Or you can say the quantity demanded could also decrease from here. So you have to keep in mind the all these things, not just get into irrational exuberance where prices tend to move not by fundamentals but based on expectations, greed. So people tend to think that prices will tend to go up 2 lakhs, 3 lakhs to 10 lakhs. I don't know what not the targets are. But I just want to keep myself away from the all the noise and see what is price doing here. So very simple. I was just every time this is like the Bible for me. Dow's theory is the Bible for me. When the prices move up, it has to give a pullback based on the strength of the rally. It can give a pullback of 38 to 50 percentage or 50 to 60 to percentage. So that is my expectation. So we can expect a pullback. So starting from here, so this was the weekly time frame. So this was a very strong move. We don't have a bit of correction here. The price is sideways and goes up, price is sideways and goes up. So the price is correct 50 percentage as of now. It could drop to in just one day. Just remember this, we have given a correction of 50 percentage in just one day. So the next targets could be 63.9. After a slight pullback or sideways move, we can drop to 63 and 64. If the prices have to move up, this low should be protected and it should be broken down. So that is very much important. This 74 is very much important. If not, we could drop to 64. So looking at silver charts in the Indian markets. So very simple pattern: evening star, a doji, and a breakdown. We have a very strong selling candle with volume. So this confirms this is a reversal. So when the prices break from 1,10,000, we never knew that prices could go up this much. This was a very strong consolidation in the weekly front, and we have given a very strong move. So this was like a unseen event in the Indian markets where prices corrected by 30 percentage on a single day, and this might have created panic in most of them. I was not into silver trade, I was into gold. I was trading gold the whole day. The silver spread is very high in forex, so I couldn't trade in um silver trade. Even MCX is, I don't know, I was not sure, so I didn't get into MCX trade. I didn't touch MCX at all. I was into gold. I shorted gold from 5,003, somewhere around this levels. So somewhere around this candle, 5,362, and I booked here also. First here, and then I traded one small quantity again. So this was a setup I traded. And if you want to know the details about this, I can also share that. So you can see very simple thing. RSI broke this low. So we can, if you draw a trend line here, you can clearly see this was broken. And the previous correction, so I tried to compare and see prices, how it has reacted. This is kind of backtesting for me. So the price did not even hold for a minute. It started to drop. Now look at the correction. It has come all the way to 32. So after dropping, it did not make a lower high and lower low. It came crashing down. So if you want to check the same scenario, I'll check this here. This is something like a double top in 4-hour time frame, and prices drop. Then we have a small pullback. Then we have one more slide down. Then prices hold this level, start to move up. Level is held again, higher low, and then it starts to hold. This was the cup and handle V-speed breakout, which I shared. From here, prices started to move again. But here, the scenario is not the same. We have to accept that prices are not in a long position right now. So when you compare the previous scenario, previous rally, and to this rally, you will understand what has happened here. So you just understand what has happened here. And if you want to check the stocks, you can check RT drugs. Also, I'll show two examples, not much. One is RT drugs. So this was a consolidation and breakout for 5 years. From 178 levels, it went all the way nearby to 1000 levels. From then on, the stock has not returned to its previous heights. It is in a downtrend. So after an explosive move, just like we see in silver, stocks tend to give this moves. We call it buying climax, parabolic moves. So after this move, they don't tend to come to those levels for a long period of time. So 1980 to 2011, price did not, silver did not come to 49. You can see for yourself. So after 1980s, it did not come for 30 years. The price did not come to this level. So don't get into panic mode. Don't get into FOMO and buy this resistance here. It has completed the targets. I have posted in the channel that the targets from 3.5 to 53 has been completed on the upside, which I would say we have exceeded the targets. So right now, don't get into FOMO and greed and hold the positions. Just book some profits, at least 60 to 70%. The stocks, if the price tends to move, then you can add in more. Then one more example I want to show is Cochin Shipyard. So this, you can see this is a very explosive move from 350 to 3000 nearby levels, and then stock is in a sideways move. So after an explosive move, the price tends to go sideways, and right now the move from 350 to 3000 is not same as 1200 to 2520. So you see, this is something I will if you see on the price range, this is a 700% returns. So if you see, this is 100% returns. Which would you prefer? Obviously the 700% one. So look for next entry, next stock, next metal where the rally could start. Then you can make better money. Don't get into FOMO. That would be my suggestion. So budget plan and weekly commodities plan. Even the Yes, this is good. This is interesting. You can see silver ETF index has come to resistance. Previously, this was the level it came. Now it has come to VIX. Silver ETF VIX has come to the resistance again, and it is dropping. Has formed a shooting star candle, and gold volatility index. It is at resistance right now. So it is nearing the resistance right now. When the markets open on Monday, we'll get clarity. So from this level, 2020, it dropped. So just keep in mind how to plan and don't lose your money unnecessarily in the markets. So that's all for today. Thank you so much.